All right. So what is Seven Wonders? Okay, everyone is talking about it at Prive International globally, and everyone wants to know. And we are in Malaysia and we have the product, but other places in the world, it is being shipped to your destination, I believe. And before the product arrives, I guess you would like to know a little bit more about it. So today, in this session, it's not for newbies, all right? It's for existing members, stockists, and leaders. And hopefully you will get to know a little bit more about the product so that if need be, you can also explain. So to get started, just in case you haven't seen the video of the introduction to Seven Wonders, please go to our YouTube iTerra Care channel and review it. And I'm sure you get a fair bit of information from the videos that I have done. I believe I've done a couple of videos on Seven Wonders. And also just in case, for the purpose and benefit of people who have not, just to keep you, up to date, let me just highlight the importance of this, Seven Wonders water. But I'm not going to go through the whole thing, all right? So I'm not going to bore you. It's more instructional and what to do, how to maintain the bottle and so on, all right? That I'm going to cover later on. But just to keep you a little bit up to date, the first part of this thing is, of course, the hydrogen, right? I mean, the dissolved hydrogen. Now, before I share this, maybe I can just a little bit of explanation. When we have the minerals mixed with water, it's going to, react and it's going to give us hydrogen gas, all right? So the hydrogen gas is going to go up and, well, it's filled to the top. So the cap is there and it cannot go up anymore. So it has to go down. And that's how it gets dissolved in the water. That's why we call it dissolved hydrogen water. There are many names in the scientific world, many terms, but I call it dissolved hydrogen water. So the good news is that science has already, shown us that there are benefits. And I'm just going to highlight this one article, which I've also shared in the YouTube video that we have uploaded. So this particular one is because, PubMed, NIH, it's credible, all right? It's credible. So that's why I've chosen it. And this was in 2013, Evolution of Molecular Hydrogen, Noteworthy Potential Therapy with Clinical Significance. Wow. And these guys, they don't mince their words. Every word counts, all right? If it doesn't count, it won't be there. They're very cautious. So what it has to say is something that we should take note of. Studies on molecular hydrogen have evolved tremendously from its humble beginnings and have continued to change throughout the years. Hydrogen is extremely unique since it has the capability to act at the cellular level. That's what impresses me the most. That's why in one of the sessions that I did, I talk about the mitochondria. It's the powerhouse of our cells. Hydrogen is qualified to cross the blood-brain barrier to enter the mitochondria. Can you imagine that, right? And even has the ability to translocate to the nucleus under certain conditions. Once in these ideal locations of the cell, previous studies have shown that hydrogen exerts antioxidant, anti-apoptotic, anti-inflammatory, and cytoprotective properties that are beneficial to the cell. See, so it's really benefiting our cells. Hydrogen is most commonly applied as gas, water, saline, and can be applied in a variety of other mediums. There are also few side effects. It's kind of like dormant, it doesn't, harm in relation to our body. It is kind of dormant, it doesn't harm us, thus making hydrogen a perfect medical gas candidate for the convention of novel therapeutic strategies against cardiovascular, cerebrovascular, cancer, metabolic, respiratory, and many others, right? Although hydrogen appears to be faultless at times, there are still, of course, studies have to be done. And then the review of this article seeks to delve and comprehensively analyze the research and experiments that alludes to molecular hydrogen being a novel therapeutic treatment that medicine desperately needs, all right? So like I say, these guys don't mince their words. They're very cautious. Every word counts, all right? So as you can see, it's really amazing that now we have this hydrogen product. And in the first experiment, which I'm going to share, I don't intend to bore you, but I need to share in order to explain. So this one, if you have seen it before, let's just enjoy this experiment. I'm now going to show you from these two different types of water, what is the dissolved hydrogen content. And this device will measure in parts per billion what is the amount of dissolved hydrogen that is in these two different types of water. So here I'm going to pour the normal water, or maybe just your normal household purified water. And over here is our 7 Wonders water. And let's take a quick look, right, of what is the dissolved hydrogen level. So here, as we put it in, and I'm sure you can see that the reading is 0, right? So over here, we're now going to put it in 7 Wonders water. And you can see the reading is more than 1,000. All right, I'm now going to pause here for a while. Now, depending on which part of the world you belong to, you can always buy this online, okay? It's readily available. I'm just going to share screen. If you're around Asian region, well, you can certainly purchase it, right, from Shopee or Lazada. And if you're in the Western world, maybe Amazon or eBay, and that's tons of it, all right? So this is a 4-in-1 hydrogen-rich test pan. And this is a specific model that we are using, all right, that I use in the experiment. And yeah, from there, you can do your own demo and, you know, people will buy, all right? So that's the first one. And the more you see the hydrogen in that water, right, which is parts per billion, you can also measure in parts per million, but, you know, we use the parts per billion. And this tester has both. And 1,500 parts per billion is pretty good. It's pretty good, right? So it just goes to show the amount of hydrogen in the water. Now, the next most important thing is the, well, the ORP, okay? So the second one, and this is where the, has... I'm going to show you from these two different types of water. Sorry, this is the first one. Let me see, oxidation reduction potential, ORP. All right, and I don't want to name competitors, but there are some pretty, big ones out there, right? They use electrolysis to produce hydrogen as well as oxidation reduction potential in the water. And here we're using natural minerals, okay? Now we're going to show you the ORP reading. So what is ORP reading? ORP stands for Oxidation Reduction Potential. And this device again, right, is a multifunction device. It also shows you what is the ORP. So before we turn it on, let me again pour the water, right? Again, normal purified or bottled water. And we have our 7 Wonders water. So if you have a positive reading in the ORP, it means that the water is more contaminated. If you have a negative reading, and the more negative it is, then it is less contaminated. So you want to have, for good quality water, negative reading. So let's see now, what is the reading on this normal water? I guess you can see it's a positive reading, right? And then when I transfer it here, it will show you a negative reading. So here it shows that the ORP, or oxidation reduction potential, is definitely much better in 7 Wonders water. Okay, so this is the, hang on, let me just share now. Right, I will just share with you the chart, the ORP chart, so that you know. And by the way, you can get a copy of this PowerPoint, all right? It's available now, it's accessible. Contact our office or your leader or Vic, and you'll be able to get hold of this copy. So this is how we present, the 7 Wonders water. So you can see from this simple chart, yeah, soda drinks and all those, kind of unhealthy stuff is on the right-hand side, which is positive reading. And as you go down, the healthy stuff that we know of, they are more in the negative reading. So here again, you can use this, right? It will also be able to show you the ORP. So it's all all in one kind of tester. So get a copy, get one of these so that you will be able to do demo, and you'll be able to convince people, to buy the product much easier that way. And another thing also is we have the hydrogen, we have the oxygen, right? And then the next thing is we want to show people the other benefits of Seven Wonders water. Let me just go through this particular slide now. Okay, just a moment. All right. And okay, so this one here. Now this is alkaline, all right? So alkaline is simple. You can just show people by using... I'm going to show you with these two types of water, whether the pH is acidic or it's alkaline. So we can do a simple test by just pouring the water on this glass. And this is a normal drinking water, purified water, right? And this is our Seven Wonders water. So we'll now make a few drops. And I'll just quickly stir it. So this one is pretty obvious, and you can just use, one of these or whatever, anything that you can get your hands off in your neighborhood, all right? So it's very easy, accessible to show people that it's alkaline. And then the next test, I believe is, let me see, here we go. Reduction in molecular size, okay? For this particular one, we're using a solution to show the change in color, but I'll tell you, you don't have to do that. I'm going to show you the molecular size of these two types of water. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this small molecule tester, all right? Essentially, what it does is that if the color is lighter, it shows that the molecular size is larger. If the color is darker, a bit purplish, then the molecular size is smaller, all right? So again, we're going to pour some water over here, and our Seven Wonders water, we're going to pour over here. And now I'm going to place these drops, right? So I think it's fairly obvious, right? That the one on the left is lighter. It shows that the molecular size is larger. And the one on the right is purplish. That means the molecular size is smaller. So just in case you do not know how to get hold of the small thing, I'm looking for it, I can't seem to find it. The small bottle solution, then I guess, you don't have to use it, because the next experiment speaks for itself, which is we use the chrysanthemum. Another way to show you the molecular size of the water is to see how fast it dissolves. If it dissolves faster, obviously it shows that the molecular size is smaller, all right? So we're going to pour again these two different types of water into our glass. Or maybe I'll pour a little bit more, because we're going to use this chrysanthemum, wild chrysanthemum, okay, to show you how fast it dissolves. Okay, and then we're going to show you the temperature is almost the same. So please look at the lower reading. It will show you the temperature of these two types of water is almost the same. Okay, now next is we are going to place some chrysanthemum. In equal amount, approximately. Maybe put a little bit more. Okay. All right. And then we'll just give it a quick stir. think it is fairly obvious, right? Yeah. So this is what I would do rather than to use a solution. That's why I bought, heaps of this. The ones that, that doesn't open yet in terms of the leaves of the chrysanthemum. Or you can buy any other stuff, tea or whatever, and experiment and try it yourself. And just be confident when you present to people out there. All right. So that's for molecular size. Then we go on to the next one, which is the antioxidant. I like this the best, actually. So let's watch this one. And now I'm going to show you the antioxidation property of 7 wonders. So again, we're going to pour this water over here on this glass. And I'm going to pour 7 wonders water on this glass. And assuming we have the oxidation process occurring in our body, this is the iodine that we're going to use and place 2 drops. 2, 1, 2. And then, assuming again this is day 1, right? So we'll just give it a quick stir. It may not be so obvious, but this one here is colorless, all right? And this one here is a little bit yellowish. Okay, now we're gonna assume day 2, and we're gonna add some more. We're gonna add 2 more drops here. 1, 2, 1, 2. And this time we're gonna stir. Now it is very, very obvious if you can just compare the 2. So this one is, obviously, it has antioxidant property. Now, to make it more convincing, right, I'm going to put this, right, something that people love, and we're going to add some more and see what happens. Okay. Give it a good. So you can see, right? You can see this one here has changed. The oxidation process has definitely occurred, right? And in glass. And now I'm going to transfer this over here and pour our water. So this is what we have. Right. So in terms of noodle, you can use any kind of noodle, right? And just experiment it and get used to it. Yeah. So it's not difficult, right? And also you can buy this anywhere, isn't it? Betadine, right? So it's very simple to demo, but I think the most essential one is the 4-in-1 tester. All right, you can get your hands on this, and I think the rest is just very simple if you want to do a demo for the business. So aside from that, I think the antibacterial and all that, you don't have to worry about it. And also the mineral tests, all right? The mineral tests, well, actually, it's already mineral water, right? Actually, you don't even have to test it. But if you want to, and now you can test it. You can test it with a test pen. Hang on. All right. And now I'm going to show you how we can convert normal water into mineral water. And it's just a very simple test. First of all, I'm going to test this device, right? And by the way, this is warm water that I'm using to see whether it lights up. There's no light, all right? And this warm water, I'm now going to pour it into our 7 wonders glass. Okay, and just give it a little bit of shake, a little bit of time, and pop this one in, and you can see the light. Okay, well, I mean, everyone knows that it's mineral based, so it's already mineral water, isn't it? But I have this. If you can get your hands on it, well, maybe it will impress someone, but logically, it's already mineral based. So it is actually mineral water. Even if you don't prove this light thing, it's just gonna be convincing enough. And also, why we use warm water is because just to speed up the process of the release of the hydrogen. So when we use warm water, it's going to release the hydrogen, so it works more quickly. That's why this light will light up faster. You can use normal room temperature water and just leave it for a little bit more, and it'll still have the same effect. All right. And earlier in the other experiment, in terms of the how fast it dissolves and smaller molecule, I did measure the temperature as well. It's just to show that this one is not hot water and this one is cold water, and therefore hot water it dissolves faster and all that. So we just want to be fair and show people that no, we are not manipulating the result. So like I said, I mean, you can experiment it and until you are really confident to do it, and then I guess you'll be able to convince people easily. Now, coming to the instructional part of it, all right? So when you have the Seven Wonders water, this is the leaflet that goes with, the bottle, all right? And let me just go through with you. For the first time use, cleanse the bottle with water at least 3 times. I mean, any residue or any whatever, right? Just get rid of it. And then compatible with purified water and mild alkaline water. So you use any purified bottled water, or even from in Western countries, you can even use the tap water, which is where you drink from. That's fine. That's okay. All right. It's just that in Asia, it tends to be chlorinated, and so we don't drink from tap water. Room temperature water, pour directly into the bottle and leave for 3 minutes, and dissolved hydrogen will be generated. In other words, after 3 minutes, you can drink the water. All right. But as you go along, it lasts for 3 months, right? So as you go along, maybe week 1, week 2, week 3, the hydrogen gas will be released lesser and lesser and lesser. All right. So maybe from 3 minutes to 4, 5, 6, it just goes a little bit longer as you go along. But you can see from the bubbles. All right. You can see from the bubbles being formed, and you will know. All right. So don't take this 3-minute thing as like the yardstick throughout the 3 months. So and then you will say, oh, Dr. James said this, and this is a caveat. 3 minutes is only initially, and then as you go along, maybe stretch it a little bit longer. But I'll come to the point about don't leave it like overnight and so on. I'll go on with that in a while. Now, for warm water, of course, as I say, warm water, then it produces hydrogen much faster, right? So pour half bottle of hot water and leave for 1 minute for dissolved hydrogen water to be generated. Then pour room temperature water to fill it up and leave for another 2 minutes. That is if you want warm water combination. Hot purified water, wow, you see, when you put hot water, it's going to dissolve much faster, right, the minerals. So that means the hydrogen will be formed much quicker. So please do not over tighten the bottle cap. It's going to pop, all right? It's going to pop, and you don't want it to pop at unwanted places, all right? Now, yes, you can make tea, and people ask me, can you put juices or whatever you want? You can. But I put it there in this instruction that you can do that. But to me, it's better not to, just get the hydrogen water and then pour it out and mix it with your juices and your other stuff. All right. I think that will be better, cleaner. You don't have any residue in your bottle. And before sleep, dispose of any liquid in the bottle to prevent auto-generation of hydrogen, or place the bottle upside down. You see, when you place it upside down, there's no reaction, isn't it? In case there is some water left in the core mineral, which is at the bottom. And you don't want any unwanted thing to happen when you sleep and you hear pop, everything will just, the cover will just pop up, all right? So my advice would be, when you are using it, okay, when you are using it, just leave it for a few minutes and then pour it out, drink it, and then, turn it around, or don't leave the cap, even though to you it may look empty, but maybe there's still some water, at the bottom. So there's still going to be a lot of reaction going on, and the gas is still going to come out, right? Even though you may not notice it. So pour it out, drink it, and then after that, make sure that it's, there's no water, or you don't tighten it too tightly, and then it's going to pop. All right. And yeah, and don't leave it in the vehicle, in the car where it's hot, and you don't attend to it for a few hours. You park it in somewhere and you go shopping, and it will pop as well. All right. So just be aware of that. Gentle reminders: the core minerals usually last for 90 days, so you can use it several times a day. In fact, your whole entire water consumption you can use, and it should last about 90 days. Okay. The water from Seven Wonders is non-electrolytic water product, and it's preferable to be consumed instantly. Yes, I always maintain that it will be best to consume instantly. If unused, to place the bottle upside down so that the hydrogen doesn't keep on, produced in the bottle. Hydrogen level may last for a maximum of 2 hours once removed from the bottle. So when you pour it out, you got to drink it within 2 hours. But it's best to drink it immediately for optimum effect. Please do not place the bottle at any high temperature area for long hours if it contains liquid. Example, in a car. All right. Sometimes we fill it up and then we forget, we leave it there, we go doing our groceries, and you come back and your car may be wet. Right. So kindly cleanse with the glass funnel, core, and rubber ring during replacement of the core minerals to prevent leaking. So just do a little bit of maintenance, before you change on to the new set of core minerals. So this is, the general instruction, and if you do that and you practice that, you will enjoy the bottle without, the unnecessary popping up experience. All right. So I hope that you enjoy this particular Zoom meeting. Let me see if there are any chat. Okay, the chat function has been probably deactivated as well, so you can't have any question. But I hope this is sufficient to for you to go on and market the product and explain to the people in your territory, in your region, in your country. And yeah, it's good if you can do demo, especially in a meeting, then it is much more convincing. Is it safe? Well, I believe it is safe because hydrogen is, quite safe according to PubMed and NIH documents. There are quite several of them actually. So it's very, very inert kind of gas, hydrogen, and it's now being used more and more in therapy, which is good for a lot of people out there if they are seeking to be healthy. So I hope that this short little meeting will help you and enlighten you, and hopefully you'll be able to market this well in your respective region and country, and hopefully more people will avail this particular product and lead a healthy and happier life. And also I did do a Zoom meeting, and how I incorporated both our terahertz frequency into the Seven Wonders water, because Seven Wonders water is not energy water. All right. So terahertz is all about energy. So when you pour it out and then you blow the terahertz and make it into energy water, wow, it's going to be even more better, right? When you drink it, because you have now all the benefits of Seven Wonders as well as the energy from terahertz. And I'm sure a lot of you have been doing that already. A lot of you have been, even with normal purified water, normal water, you've been doing that. So yeah, it's good that you can incorporate both, and that way, yeah, you will have the better health, right? And because my basic reasoning is that if the water that you drink is energized, then it goes into your body, which is 60-70% water, and our cells, our mitochondria, everything is very much, comprising of water. So when it goes into your cells, it's going to be able to work more efficiently. And when that happens, yeah, good things are going to happen to our body. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this session. And all right, thank you so much.